So at the time of recording this, Brick World has come and gone, and these packages came before Brick World, but I was too busy to open them. So it's been like 3 weeks since this has been here, and honestly, I've totally forgot what's inside of it. So hey, let's open it up. This is a BrickLink order. It's not something from Prime, I promise. And there seems to be a pretty good amount of parts in here. Hopefully, all will become clear on why this order was actually made. So this, as the card suggests, came from Gimme a Brick. And now I remember why I put this order. These bad boys right here. Yes, more Knights Kingdom action figures. Could never have enough. So I'm trying to finish off the last one, who is Sir Adric. And of course, no single seller has all the parts you need for Sir Adric, so I had to make no less than 3 separate orders. So here we are. So these are great specialized armor pieces with a slight speckly silver going on there. And those will be specifically for Wave 3 Sir Adric. That is the Red Knight. And there's also some other fun stuff in here to bulk up that order. And I just bought some random stuff too to remind us of the good old days of this series when I literally just bought random stuff. All of this though is specifically for the Minecraft series. Oh, is that just super yellow, dark bluish gray, or is it old gray? It's gotta be old gray. I don't think I ordered any old gray, but we got some and it's fine. We've got dark tan, which I'm pretty much all out of thanks to the Dripstone Cave module. Dark brown for a Soul Sand Valley or anything else that uses up dark brown. Look at these, aren't those kind of cool? I don't think I've ever seen this big of a brick in dark brown before, so that's kind of fun. These are for building up the underground layer. This is an old brown piece for my snowy village. And then dark green for maybe roofed forest. We'll see what comes of that. This, I want to say, came with an old Outback set, so it's a printed massive roof tile. I just thought that was really cool, and I could see this being used in a mock in the future, so I thought I would pick that up. It is an old gray too, so we'll never see anything quite like this again, so that's kind of special. And speaking of special, we of course have our little bag of goodies. Obviously lots of 2x2 plates in here for literally anything. This store also very nicely had a significant number of cactus pieces. This is going to be seaweed for some underwater modules. I've got dark blue legs to swap out on the cave spider finally, but that hopefully should make the cave spiders in the Dripstone Cave look a bit more like cave spiders. And I've noticed that these are just really cheap and I like using them in mocks, so I've started grabbing these from various BrickLink stores. They're like 20 to 30 cents, which is pretty sweet. Of course, the essential random Minecraft things, including a polar bear, spider head, and a jack-o'-lantern, as well as, it looks like, 2 wood shovels for ores or shovels, I suppose. You could use shovels for shovels, and an Eye of Ender, which are becoming exceedingly rare because LEGO still won't remake an End Portal set. No. But this piece here is quite special. It was quite pricey. So this is a gemstone in trans medium blue, which is now a discontinued color. So this is the same color I would use for, say, ice on the LEGO Minecraft layout. I can't remember which set this came with off the top of my head. I'm guessing it's a Belleville item. Maybe specifically from their Ice Castle set. There's a wave of that in the early 2000s. But really pretty and rare gemstone color. So hey, thought I'd pick that up because this thing isn't getting any more common either. But that's all for this order. This will be very great. A lot of nice bulky parts, especially for underground stuff in the future. All right, next one is pretty small. So I'm remembering everything again. So this order again was made for another part for Sir Adric. And this seller claimed to have 2 pieces that I needed for Sir Adric, the helmet and the head. And the seller only notified me after he had sent out the order that, oh, it turns out that there was an inventorying mistake and he didn't have one of those. I can't remember, but we're about to find out. So my 2 orders would eventually become a 3rd, but as upsetting as that was, he actually gave me an overly generous refund, and so it was forgiven. It was enough to pay for the shipping of a 3rd order, so I didn't feel too bad. But yeah, there was a number of mistakes, unfortunately, in the seller's inventory when it came to counts. and just a few other items missing. So he kind of felt bad, but obviously mistakes happen, and he did right by me right away. I mean, I probably wouldn't have canceled the order anyway, so it's okay that he did send it out. Wow. You ever seen these before? There we go. So he was missing the helmet by the looks of it. So this should be Sir Adric's head. That's what this order all was for. But we got it, and that's what matters. So, and then I just bought a bunch of random stuff. You know, just to have fun. 2x3 printed Minecraft sign. I actually lost the one on my jungle layout somehow. I think it got lost on the way to Brickworld, unfortunately. So this was purchased before I even went to Brickworld, so it kind of worked out kind of slick. So I'll get that back in there. I want to say this guy was like $1.50, so I couldn't pass him up, especially with another underwater module in the works. Might actually find a home for him. That's a Minecraft Drowned. This is really cool. I'll take him out of the bag. Can't remember exactly which CMF this was from, but it's the Cobra from the Snake Charmer collectible minifigure. We've not seen this mold reused since, so I thought I'd pick it up. And some nice printing on there too. Great stuff. This is just another really cheap, really interesting minifigure to me. I don't even remember her name. She's from Island Extreme Stunts, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, huh, look at that leg printing from way back then. Funny face print too. This is when Lego was still figuring out how to draw women. And it's better than some. I'll give them that. And delightfully, this store had a husk. And if you've watched the BrickLink series before, you know my thoughts on husks. They're rather boring minifigures, but they're rare, and I like rare stuff. They seem to be getting cheaper as more of them show up used on BrickLink, so I want to say this one was only $4 or $5, which is pretty incredible considering it's exclusive to a $90, not that common of a Minecraft set. And a random assortment of Lego Minecraft heads, including a mushroom, a cat, and a yellow sheep. Great stuff. There's like nothing in this last one, because this was just an order that had to be made to get that final piece for Sir Adric. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's the order. But everything in here is quite delightful and fun. Ta-da! The last piece for Sir Adric. Thank goodness. It's done. We did it. Another really specialized, very interesting mold. There's an axle up there, but otherwise it clips onto the side of the head through the... They probably have a name. I don't know, but there you go. Very nice visor piece. In here we've got another polar bear, a side with her head, a little dinged up, but that's okay, don't really mind. A Viking shield I was actually missing for my Vikings revisiting. Even though that video is done, I can now at least complete the set, which is still nice should I ever decide to resell it. It's also just really cool. Rather uncommon baby zombie pigman. I love these things. I think they look great. This has to be a mistake. It's a single unprinted 1x1 blue tile. This is just a piece from an iron golem. I know this is really boring, but there it is. Earth orange 1x2 Technic pinhole brick. A parrot from the Pirate Ship Adventure set. Only my second one looks like he's missing a tail. I get it. There we go. Okay. Got it. Figured it out. We did it. And this is a piece I've always wanted. This is a chrome green 5-spike crystal. Surprisingly enough, this came with some space town sets from the 90s. Some sort of alien artifact retrieved from the moon. It's really pretty. It's not in perfect condition, but I'm very happy with this very expensive element. I think it's a nice way to end out this series of 3 orders. But yeah, that's making the thumbnail, I can tell you right there. I think we've got one more order to go. And it's my largest BrickLink order ever with 5,000 pieces. So let's take a look at that. One last order, and this one is particularly exciting because it is my largest order in terms of parts ever. And a lot of these parts are for my wife, not me, but it's still exciting. I mean, look at the size of this box. That's pretty epic. A lot of this is for the little side mock series that I'm doing, so you're gonna see a lot of gray, green, and blue for sure. And it looks like that's what we're seeing. Here looks like we got 1x1 reddish brown bricks, 1x2 dark tan bricks, don't have a lot of these, surprisingly, because a lot of them were used up making the dripstone caves. So just simply replenishing that stock. And for some reason, I run out of 1x1s a lot too. And you can see a dark azure plate in there too. Lots of medium azure and dark azure plates. Cobwebs, I think we talked about these maybe in this episode or a prior one. They're relatively cheap and I like them a lot, so I pick them up when I can. And I much prefer the version with the clips rather than the obnoxious one with the bar. So there's that too. More azure plates, all 1x2s, that's pretty exciting. These will be useful for things far outside of just the water too. And they're just colors I don't have a lot of, so very nice to get a bunch of these. Oh, we can see some royal blue, that blue violet from Knight's Kingdom in here too. I think I bought him out of pretty much everything he had there. These are useful, these 1x1 by 1 2/3 snot bricks in dark gray. Great for the Minecraft stuff, but hopefully also for that mock, the island that I'm working on. 2x2 jumpers in green. Never gonna have enough of those. So all these 1x1s, this is where the real bulk, the quantity of the items comes in. These are from my wife. She's working on an upgraded Lego dress that uses a lot of green elements. A lot of 1x1 green elements. That's insane. Pick a brick wall, I'm sure. Ooh, I do like those. It's a pretty color. Discontinued now, apparently. That's sad. These are kind of fun. I don't know if I'm going to end up using them, considering the rock technique that I've gone with. Some funky big gray pieces for rock work. I've seen these used very effectively in the past. Wanted to give it a try at some point. Maybe not for this build, but something in the future. 2x2s in dark tan, still restocking from the dripstone cave. Yeah, you've probably never seen those before. But then getting to a lot of slope pieces. And I did actually end up buying some old gray too. I'm not sure if I'll use it, but it's kind of cool. We got some dark orange and the blue violet again, the armor plating for the action figures. Just cause. These are also for Audrey. That's the backing for all the 1x1s. And I don't have as much anymore too, because she has been using a lot, so I might steal a few of those. Yo, there's that sand red in there. But just a variety of slope pieces. 2x4 sand red slope. Love to see it. These will be very useful for the technique that I'm going with. So lots of slopes. There's some 1x4s and 1x3s in dark brown. Old gray, 1x2 slopes. Again, I'm not sure if I'll use these in the mock. I was thinking about maybe doing some dark gray and some dark bluish gray layering, but it's just hard to work with the limitations of these bricks because they don't have any of the curved pieces in the old dark gray. These are great though. So I ended up buying, I think there's 23 in here or something. These have been surprisingly useful for the rock work for what I'm doing. So I'm really excited about those. These are all the inverted, which again, I haven't used any so far, but I definitely will at some point. So those will be useful. They were really cheap. These are great too. So look at those. Relatively new piece. I mean, it's probably almost a decade old at this point, but I've also been using a lot of these and I don't have much. This probably quintuples my existing selection of them, so that's going to be very useful, again, for that rock work. Ended up getting some reddish brown pieces in here too, just in case I do like some fancy organic tree trunks was the thought, climbing up the sides of the cliffs, so hopefully I can make that happen. Thinking maybe sand green might be an accent color on the castle itself. Still a lot to figure out in that department, but as long as the parts are cheap and useful anyway, I mean, that's great for Harry Potter stuff if I don't use it here. Might as well pick it up. And blue violet. The other place, of course, that I might be using big reddish brown pieces is for the ship itself. So I was getting some big curved pieces in here too. These are the only old gray curved pieces you can get just because the others didn't exist prior to 2004. And so they were never produced in old gray. Dark brown for that Soul Sand Valley dream. Maybe a dark oak forest. We'll see. Looks like some more old gray, and then headlight bricks in dark tan, which are always very useful. Definitely can use them for the actual castle walls, I'm thinking, to create some texture. Oh, look at this bag of wonders. More sand red, octagonal column in tan. Love those. And then some funky dark orange pieces, and then these other dark gray pieces. It's an eyeball. Amazing stuff. I think it was just like really, really cheap. Oh, and there is a blue violet piece in there too, a 1x1 with the Technic pinhole. More 1x1s for Audrey. 1x1s with 1x4 plates, very nice. Oh, I must have bought both used and new, or maybe that other bag was just stuffed full. Yet more 1x2 plates in black. Maybe this will be my personal baggie. Audrey can have the big one. I think I'm gonna do that. Various 1x1s, a few 1x1 green pieces in there, and then the rest are for the castle and the water. Oh, here's some fun stuff. Tree roots, again, like I talked about earlier, but also for the water, some 1x4s in trans light blue, which is great. 2x2 tiles. This is very much a Minecraft bag. You can see the wither skull in there. That's the inverted 2x2 tile. You can kind of see through the glare. Nice. Some bottomless pit. It's epic. 1x3s for Sandy Beach. 1x6 brick. That's a Castle of Morcia exclusive, if I'm not mistaken, in that color. And then 1x3 slopes in dark bluish gray, of course. Water pieces, of course, those are trans light blue 1x2 plates. 1x1s for the castle walls and 1x2s for the water. These are great curved pieces. I have surprisingly few of them, so these will be incredibly useful. These are like some weird Hero Factory Bionicle stuff. You can see the axle connection back there. I feel like I've seen this piece used on trees before in somebody else's mock. Just a fascinating shape, weird piece. Definitely not something I have in my collection. The amount of bags I'm gonna have after this is also insane. If anyone wants bags, come find me. Just kidding, don't do that, it's weird. More for the rockwork. These are fun pieces. These are definitely top 10 worst pieces to step on because no matter what way it's facing, it's got a sharp angle. Crazy stuff, very dangerous. Some funky dark orange pieces mixed in with some water elements. I do like that he spread out the similarly colored plates, like the 1x3s and the 1x4s weren't mixed together. Can you imagine the sorting nightmare? So I appreciate that. Dark brown, I'm hoping to use dark brown as an accent on the boat going around the island. If you haven't watched that video, it's the Island Castle series, and I'll explain. And I explained a bit more in that what actually is going to happen in the course of the series. Oh, fun stuff in here. We got a single sand red piece, but also blue-violet brackets and a bunch of 1x1s, which is always great to see. Oh, and it looks like the Phantom bar piece, the exclusive to the Alpha Team Mission Deep Freeze set. Those are hard to get, so I pick them up when I can. More water. More fun dark orange pieces. Old gray, 1x2 slopes. Water. And it looks like there's actually some things I didn't order, which is always fun. There was a slight delay, which really was not a big deal, in the shipment of this, and I think this is the apology for the delay, and it is very much appreciated. By all means, not necessary, but super duper fun. We got a Lloyd suit mech, very nice. This one actually is pretty exciting too. Oh, it's the Halloween add-on pack. See, like that's just awesome, great parts. I'll have to find a way to sneak one of these into the actual mock. That'll be fun. So, Liberty Bricks, Minnesota. Committed to 100% customer satisfaction. I think you guys did a great job at that. Thank you so much for your order and patience from Howard. So, yeah, it was no problem at all. This order was probably an absolute nightmare to pull, so I was not expecting it to come the day after anyway, so this was super fun. Thank you, Howard, for the extra goodies. That's very much appreciated, and I'll put them to good use. Very, very much excited about this order. It's fun to finally be working on a mock again for fun, for myself. And as you can see, I was a little excited about it. My wife's excited about building too. That's just like the most awesome thing ever. It's so cool to be able to share this hobby with someone I love and care for so much. And she's embraced it so willingly when we're all like, you know, we're all Lego people. We're crazy. We're insane. But Audrey's the best. Howard, you're pretty awesome too. Thank you for all the goodies. Thanks for packing this. It's stuff like this that scares me off from ever starting a BrickLink store. Like, holy cow. Go insane. But to those that do, God bless you, because you're helping us make art, and it's awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna get to building. No more time to film. It's time to open these up. It's gonna be fun. Thanks for sitting through all this. Have a great life. I'll see you later.